Hey everybody, it's Hey John. I jabber opportunities nonstop, and today we'll be covering some Dogecoin news and how the Dogecoin developers are rocking and rolling, taking Dogecoin to new heights by reducing fees. And I will be covering Bitcoin Articles 7 and 8 to shed some light on El Salvador's legal tenders process. And I believe these are good things you want to know because guess what? El Salvador is the first use case of legal tender for a country. So you want to watch them and see where they go, because this is a proof of concept, and if this actually goes through and becomes a valid use case, then I suspect more and more countries that are on the lower scale of the GDP of the world, they will start to adopt these policies, and they will not only improve the country's economy, but they will improve the adoption rate of Bitcoin and Dogecoin. And my oh my, this means Dogecoin and Bitcoin will go to the moon, and we will have some optimistic long-term things to look forward to. So stay tuned and check it all out. Hoskinson, in conversation with podcast host Lex Friedman, this week said Dogecoin is a reasonable target for someone to fix up and make it an interesting cryptocurrency. Hoskinson said he hoped that a compromise can be made where real developers come in and they start working on Doge to create some utility for it, so at least it has a value floor and won't collapse. Hoskinson said no matter whoever comes in, improvements to Dogecoin will require 2 to 3 years of work. Last month, Hoskinson had released a video directed at Musk on how to improve Dogecoin. The video featured almost a dozen papers on transaction speed, quantum resistance, smart contracts, and more. Musk had asked his social media following for help for improvements to Doge, and asked them to submit their ideas on GitHub and Reddit. As you know, Doge yesterday traded 20% higher over 24 hours, making it to the top of the list of the gainers here, as the global cryptocurrency market rose 8% to 1.35 trillion on Wednesday night. 16-cent zone was established as a strong support area, having formed in mid-April, around the time of the Elon Musk energy FUD. This week saw Doge bounce off of those levels on 3 occasions, further substantiating it as a price level where buyers step up. This is phenomenal. And as you know, on June 23rd, there was a demo on a new fee reduction on Dogecoin. Essentially, it goes from 1 Doge to 0.1 Doge, a 90% reduction. Well, what does that mean? Say, for example, Dogecoin is worth 25 cents. That means if you transact with Dogecoin, it'll cost you roughly 2.5 cents. And in the future, when 1 Doge equals 1 Doge, that means it'll cost you 10 cents per transaction. Quite a bit from $1. So this is a great improvement for Dogecoin, and this is the reason why one of the reasons why we are seeing Dogecoin increase right now. Please subscribe, because when you do that, you are supporting the channel. And when you like, you're telling YouTube, I like what Hey John is doing. So please share this video with more people here so we can spread the good news and the good information. Thank you so much for your support. This is a great improvement for Dogecoin, and this is one of the reasons why we are seeing Dogecoin rise as of today. Let's go ahead and cover some Bitcoin news because it's quite significant. As you know, El Salvador has recently taken Bitcoin as legal tender in the country. So let's go over a little more detail of what that actually entails here. So, Article 7 actually protects the people, Bukele says. And by the way, for you folks who know who he is a president of El Salvador. It's for the 70% of people that's outside of the financial system, those who don't have a bank account or credit and debit cards. How? Imagine these people in El Zonte or some other places working in an ecosystem with Bitcoin and then having their sats and going into a pharmacy to buy medicine. Without Article 7, the pharmacy could refuse because it's a private agent, and that would be a discrimination against the 70% of the people that you want to benefit. They don't have another method of payment. They have to be able to go to buy medicine or food and have them receive their sats. So essentially, Article 7 actually benefits the people because it says, you know what? You have to use it, right? Which is fine. That's good, right? So that means, okay, so now the private agent pharmacy has to accept their legal tender. But then, okay, you may ask, you know what? Then who is protecting the pharmacist right here, right? And the business. So check this out here, okay? Bitcoin is something that promotes freedom. So you don't need the freedom to either accept or not accept Dogecoin. They want to protect the pharmacy from Bitcoin's volatility and from the fear of the new. So this is where Article 8 comes in, and this actually protects the business or the pharmacist or the pharmacy here, okay? Article 8 gives you the power to immediately and automatically exchange the Bitcoin you are given into dollars. It's as simple as that. If they don't want to receive Bitcoin, they just press a button and they will receive US dollars. And as you know, US dollars are a lot more unvolatile compared to Bitcoin, right? But I suspect though, if you're a pharmacist and you're a business, and if you are a business in El Salvador, well, I think that you can potentially make plenty of money from Bitcoin because, as you know, it increases a lot more as well, but of course it pulls back just as hard though. So it's a risk reward. So I suspect that if I was a pharmacist or a business in El Salvador, I may do a 50-50 split, you know, some investment here and some goes into the actual keeping everything running and buying new stock and some of that right here, right? A notable characteristic of the law is that you can actually opt out. You have to accept the stats, but you don't have to receive them. You can actually receive US dollars. So the question is, how can you complain? I mean, you are literally receiving what you're asking for. Either you get the sats or you get US dollars, right? El Salvador will have a trust fund dedicated to these currency exchanges. They will be buying the Bitcoin from those who choose to receive dollars, and they will protect their earnings from possible volatility in Bitcoin's price. But I believe though, if you want to keep your Bitcoins, I mean, the whole point of this is to make more money, right? And if you're a country who's, I would say, on a lower part of the spectrum, it behooves you because, as you know, the whole world is eventually going to go to Bitcoin. And when that happens, if you hold somewhere now, it's going to go up, right? Just simple common sense. But on the flip side, there can be more FUD news coming out and you can push it down. So it just depends on where you stand on the spectrum. Either you're with volatility or you're against it right here, right? If the vendor does a transaction for $5, that's exactly what he or she is going to get. So in my opinion here, I think El Salvador is doing a phenomenal job. They are both protecting the consumer and now they are protecting the business. So this is literally a win-win case. And these Article 7 and Article 8 articles, they're so plain simple here, right? There isn't anything to read in between the lines here. It's very simple. If you want it, you get it. If you don't want it, you can exchange it. It's literally just that simple. I've never seen a law like this, and I think this is great. I hope people can follow the El Salvador model here because remember, man, when laws are simple, people want to follow them. And when they want to follow them, guess what? There's trust. And I believe this is going to be the trust and the beginning of the great revolution of Bitcoin. Okay, let's go ahead and cover Bitcoin chart now, right? So you can see here, the previous day, we broke out of the pink downward trend line, and then we got rejected off the Agora reaction ribbon and came back down to the long-term downward trend line, and we bounced again and hit it again and came back down again. and now we bounce one more time. And this time though is different because now we are actually going into the Agora reaction ribbon, and we are actually piercing through it. So this is a sign that this could be the potential new bull run we are looking for, and we're seeing some good news come out. As you know, El Salvador adopting Bitcoin, and as you know, the markets follow Bitcoin, so Dogecoin and all the other altcoins will rally just as hard. So this is phenomenal news. We have to watch and let it confirm. But so far, I like what I see, and I see what I like, and I hope you guys do too. Alrighty then, let's cover Dogecoin and see what's going down. So Dogecoin is currently trading above the 2245 support line, right? It was a resistance, and now it's a support again. Fantastic. Let's see, once, twice, three, four, about 4 to 5 times it has bounced off the support line. So it's showing some significant poise for Dogecoin. As you can see here, right, twice at around 16 cents range here, 16.1 to 16.9, it got bobbed twice and it pushed up significantly. So this was a dip to buy, and now we're running back up here, okay? So now we are now above the 2245 support line, and that's a huge thing to do because that's where you want to be, above a support line, not below. Now, you can see also with Dogecoin, it is trading inside the Agora reaction ribbon as well. So this means it's starting to pierce through, but again, even though it pierces through it here, right, we still need to go to 27.27 here, and that's going to be your next resistance, okay? So far, I suspect that Dogecoin will be trading in a range because I haven't seen any real news catalyst to spike it to the moon. So, of course, things can happen on a hat, and when you know Elon Musk, he can drop a tweet on a dime and boom, you're going to see a big spike here, right? So, hey, things could be coming, right? Who knows? But stay tuned and check it out, though. If you want 250 bucks in Bitcoin, link down below for BlockFi. And if you want 2 free stonks courtesy of WEBULL, link down below in my description. All you have to do is deposit 100 bucks and you can get up to 1,800 bucks in stocks.